you want to be my little studio person? Hello.
Hey,
My son is here, y'all, for the What Will My Daddy Say show. How's everybody doing?
hey, daughter and grandson.
Hey, Daddy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Got a heavy voice there, young man. Hello.
I know, right? Right. He getting older. He getting a little older. So, hey, here's the deal. Um, we're at episode 5. Last week we had like a replay, and so this week we're at episode 5, and today we're talking about misinterpretation of love.
Listen. All right, all right.
So, again, you want to know what my daddy say show? I'm Sheila. That's
Frank.
Big Frank. And in my professional life, I'm a therapist and I do professional things, right? But in my personal life, I have these nuances that happen with dating and this whole question about should I settle down or when I'm gonna go settle down, and then like why should I settle down? With the climate being the way it is and relationships being how they are, I had to pull my daddy in, to help me. Because I didn't
Uh,
want to be my own therapist. As long as my therapist and my coach, I feel like, you know what? I think I'm gonna bring my daddy in to kind of help me navigate that. How this role been for you, Dad?
hey, man, that was good though. And I like the fact that you decided to bring Dad in just to get a little insight from a dad or from an older person or a friend, because we are all those things. We're dad, friend, daughter, dad. We are friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing that, your friend can come in and just give an insight. And listen, we want everybody to understand that we are just opinionated. We have an opinion just like everybody else. Ain't none of us perfect, but we do have opinions. And I think I'm a pretty good dad. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I say my dad is not the expert. He's
that's
just
it.
the expert of being a dad, right? And so
Being
that's
a
why I
dad.
kind of want to share you with the people, right? Because
That's
you
right.
may
That's
not be an expert at all things, but I think you're the expert at being a dad and caring for your daughter. And the same advice I think that you give me as a dad, I think it
right.
comes from a pure place. And the Bible says the
Exactly.
truth to set you free. So I
That's
think
right.
that your truth in the love that you have for me, I think could help not just me through this
Mhm.
journey, but the other people who's watching, men alike though. So this is not just for women, this for men too, because I think, like I said, we're in this time of in relationships with so many things are misunderstood, so many things are manipulated. You know,
Mhm.
this is like this microwave society, when it comes to
That's right.
relationships
That's right. That's
and
good.
things like that. So today's topic again is misinterpreted love. What
Hmm.
so we always have a pre-show, and this was the count. So we brought a person in, a third person in, and say, hey, what should we talk about? And then they
Hmm.
said misinterpreted love, 2 men on the phone talking about misinterpreted love. So what did you guys mean when we come up with this title?
Well, misinterpreted love. People when two people meet,
Mm-hmm.
male and female meet, they get. My intentions might not have been. I might have been went into it looking to fall in love with somebody that wasn't looking for that. They just wanted to be. So misinterpretation, or it's easy to do because I had an entirely different idea than what you had. So it's easy to get confused in that thing.
Mm-hmm. And so you thought that it would be a good conversation to bring to the audience because
I think yes, let
because
our
you feel like a
audience
lot
know.
of us are caught in this
Yes,
misinterpreted love,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's
So
exactly right.
to kind of shed light on what that looks like, the understanding I had is that so I'm with a guy, I meet the guy
Hmm.
because I think this happened a lot to women
That's
a
right.
lot of times. In my situation, it happened in the reverse. It happened with the guy, right? I
That's
came
right.
in feeling one way, he wanted something different. But most of the time, this happens with women where there's an understanding of we're just friends.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're just friends.
Until until
Situations we going if it's booty call or whatever, right? This is
no,
what the understanding of our relationship is. And that I want to say, I think when men say that, I think they
mhm,
mean it, right? But
yeah,
in some way, women, we start to and I got a bias. I'm gonna be unfair in this one to against the not against the women, but with the women. I think we start to look at the man's behavior. So he
Okay.
calling, he texting, "Good morning, beautiful." What is that with men? We gonna have to have a conversation with men that just keep you "Good morning,
Well,
beautiful."
that's a way we acknowledge that we're thinking of you. We want you to know that you're being thought of, and so something nice, just something nice, and I guess I tell you all the time that I know men, we say what we think need to be said sometime. And I think a warm greeting is always good. I do it a lot myself. I send hellos out a lot early in the morning. That's what I do. I send them to my daughters, my granddaughter,
Yeah.
my friends, the female friends. And,
Mhm.
so I don't have a particular reason other than just a warm greeting. And I mean, sometimes, and I like what you said though about, because, and I think let me just say this first. I think what we do is once we become intimate with somebody, the other party feels like that's a that's something that makes us more than what we were. We were just friends. And then once that happens, you hear
Mhm.
that?
I hear that.
Once that happens, now we become possessive,
Mhm.
obsessive, or however you want to put it. So
Right, right. So just to go back, so I started dating a guy. We in agreement. So no, we're gonna be cool. Like I
right,
understand you just getting out of situation. I'm just getting out of situation. We're gonna be cool, right?
that's
Guy
right.
had it in his mind. We're gonna be cool. So now the guy starts to behave, right? So he's calling you, "Good morning, beautiful." Y'all going out to eat. And what I understand you say is now this thing called intimacy or connection or sex happens, right?
That's those kind of things. That's right.
Yeah, and
That's right.
so once that kind of starts happening, are you saying that the woman starts to shift because now she's more emotional?
It could be both though, because now she starts to think, okay, I done gave you now I done gave you my most intimate part. So now I
You
feel
both.
like, maybe I feel like you mine now, you belong to me, and that's not what that meant though. That meant that y'all was in agreement to
But what
take it a
about
little.
him whispering it to you, like "I love
Yes,
you,"
yes,
and
we
like
do. Yeah,
saying
yeah,
little stuff in
yeah.
between, like, "Oh, this is," I get guys get to talking.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Uh,
ma'am. Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So you say, "Oh, but they just saying that in the moment, daughter. They
Well,
don't need that for
yeah, but you experience that your own self, daughter. I'm not just telling you something you haven't experienced, because,
the.
and
We
let me
know
tell
the
you
audience.
something,
I
man.
know what I experienced.
Yeah, but you told me out of your own mouth there, when they's in that moment, anything might come out of their mouth, and so don't necessarily mean it's the truth. But and then I've heard that that's when a man he's most vulnerable, when he's in that moment,
Yeah.
that he's more vulnerable right there than ever, because he's weak. He's silly putty. And
So, and here's my thing, and then I feel like God knows that he didn't say all this stuff, and maybe like the next day, now he gonna try to reel back or
yeah,
whatever. But
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, like, oh yeah, well, that was just for the moment, or that was just for the thing. Hey, Jackie. Jackie said, "Hey, Dad."
Hey, guys.
So, so this misinterpretation of love. Now he's talking to me. We're calling each other. We're checking in every day. We're having, connection in a way, right? And he may even whisper, "I love you," or "I
I
love this,"
love
or
you. Yeah,
whatever
she
that
might
thing
say,
is
all
that he
right,
whispered,
all right,
right?
all
So the
right.
woman walk away, and she like, "Yeah, we together now."
Hmm.
So now
Now
she
you
starts,
belong to.
yeah, now you belong to me. Or the
That's right.
man can walk
Or
away
the
and
man.
feel
Or
like
the
now
man.
you
That's
belong
right.
to me. Okay. So now there's a heightened level of expectation. So now it
There you go.
that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before that it was maybe he gonna call or maybe he ain't gonna call, but the
Hmm.
after that
Hmm.
is he better call.
Yeah.
And while you
Here,
wait,
but now you coming into this misinterpreted thing. This is where that starts at, though, babe. This is where we start to be misunderstood, or we didn't clarify what this meant. So now we become, this where that misinterpreted love comes into play. Now you thought because we were intimate, or we starting to have fun, that it's a love affair, and I'm telling you, that's not that's not what a love affair is supposed to be based on. It's not. That's not how we should do that, because we talked about, earlier we talked about sometimes being, you know, too moving too fast, saying something, you know. Love is a word that we shouldn't throw around too easy, because people that's that gets in the mind when you say that word.
Mm-hmm.
It makes people want to, okay, you say you love me. So
Mm-hmm.
some
Especially
people
people
would
who
feel for
value
that,
love.
huh?
Especially people who value love, right?
Who value love. That's right. They're right. They think that that's when you say you love me, oh man, you better mean that thing, because man, we got folks busting windows and shooting up cars and coming to the house, knocking on the door, want to know what did that mean? Why did you say that if you didn't mean that? And like I said, sometimes we just speak. And I'm telling you, men say things that need to be said, that they think a woman wants to hear sometime. And it's a bad deal, babe. It's a bad thing for us to do, but we do it
Right.
because we're
So
trying
why?
to.
So that I think that's what my audience want to know, and I want to know. So why do guys say things that they think we want to hear when they
Mhm.
know that that's not
Yeah.
how they really feel?
We're trying to get some brownie points. We're trying to build a trust factor here. We're trying to, once I think men get complacent and get comfortable. Once they get in the door, they forget that it's still work to be done. They still have to do those things that it took to get in the door. So we become complacent now. Now we don't want to say I love you no more. We don't want to talk about, what's our next move. So we just now we complacent. And now we're being misunderstood too, because last night I whispered in your ear that I love you, and you thought, oh, no,
So
but
that meant
today you don't love me no more.
this, and that's what I was going to say about. So I think that we have a definition of love. And audience, give me some hearts if y'all believe this. Like when you say you love me, that means to me and for me this,
To
this,
me,
this, this, this,
yeah,
this,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
And then the person who said I love you was like, no, I meant
no,
this,
I
this,
mean,
this, this,
that's
right?
right. That's right. That's right.
And so now this miscommunication
That's
starts to
called.
happen
That's
with
called.
has
Yeah.
started within the dynamic of now is this
Hmm.
even a relationship at this point, or is this still just the situation? Because the man said he wasn't ready for a relationship. The chick
So
like coming over my house every day, you staying the
right,
night over here, we eating together, we sleeping together. I mean, you
right,
leave your car
right,
here every
right,
night, and
yeah,
sometimes you
yeah,
use my car.
yeah.
So what is it then if it ain't a relationship? That
Well, it, see, that's where we get those boundaries crossed up at, babe. We supposed to be big enough to understand. Okay, mom, I fixed you dinner today. You came over, I fixed you dinner. You spent the night even. But I mean, it was late. It was a fun evening. It was late, so you spent the night. But that I didn't say I was gonna get married tomorrow. That didn't say I was in love. I mean, and so now though, because I did those things, because me personally, I'm a nice guy, so I'll fix dinner. Get up and fix breakfast, bring it to the bed. But that don't mean that that don't mean that I'm finna marry you tomorrow though.
right. So
So
here's
now, but misinterpreted. See, that's where we get confused at though, because a lot of women haven't had I gotta be nice to them, baby. A lot of women don't understand being nice.
mm-hmm. So you saying that women thirsty, like they
Well, a lot of men don't understand a woman being nice. When you got up and fixed me breakfast this morning, you had me some towels. I take a shower. You did all those nice things that we do because you a guest in my home, or I'm a guest in your home. Now I'm anticipating that this is more than what you meant for it to be as a female.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And so now, so understand. So I come over a guy house. Then this
Mhm.
happened over the weekend. Got cooked some steak and good potatoes.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice little steak. Wouldn't let me touch
nice.
it. Get your
That's
hand back.
right.
You better not come in this kitchen. I'm like, well, you
But
don't want me
I'm
to
doing this.
do
All
it.
right, all right, all right, all
Okay.
right.
Good old steak and some potatoes and broccoli and held me
Yeah,
tight. Didn't
hook it
want
up,
nothing.
hook
You
it
know what
up,
I
hook it
mean?
up.
Slept
Yeah,
with sleep and didn't want nothing. And so you said in those situations, I would have woke up like, you my boyfriend now.
Yeah, you my man. Now you did all that. Plus what you did to me last night. What you did to me last night, and then this. Oh, you my man. You might as well go get your clothes, move on.
So
Wait a minute. Wait now, wait.
but no, I do have a question though, Dad, because yeah, I like that. That was really nice. So
That's all.
I don't think that men realize that women, yes, like that was nice. So if there's mile markers, right, and my
Mhm.
direction is to be in a relationship or to get married,
Right.
you just went one step closer to that. And I
That's right.
feel
That's
like when a woman acknowledges that you're one step closer to this post, now it could still be 100 steps before we get here.
right.
That one step closer, a man is like, well, I ain't ready to get married today. Well, you know what? You still got 99 steps before we get there too.
That's right.
So, but as soon as you start to express yourself emotionally or start to say like, oh, well, I really like you, or that was really nice or whatever, it's like a guy just kind of start to like, wait a minute, hold on.
Wait.
Who said anything about marriage? Right. So why is that so scary for a guy? For when you said whining and dining you and he's doing all these nice things, and then you respond to him in the way you should. Like, I appreciate you. That was really nice.
I liked that. I
And
liked
on
it.
top of this, you say, I love this. Not I love you, but I really love this. And then he just okay.
He
That's
cut you down. He shut it down. He said, now you done scared him though, because now you think that's supposed to happen every day now. You think that's gonna happen every time we get together. That's not what that meant though. That meant that it was a fun evening. We had fun, of course. And this is how I entertain though. If I'm gonna have breakfast anyway, why not fix breakfast for my overnight guest? Make sure that she knows that I appreciate that the fun that we had. And let me say this though too, sweetie. This thing can grow. It can become more and more and enlightened. And I mean you can like it more and more, and it could get better and better. Just I think patience is so important in relationships. Being mindful that y'all met as friends first and foremost. Y'all met as friends. Don't ever forget that we were just friends. Now we wasn't. Love grows. Love is something that they don't just.
But it sounds like friends with benefits. So where does this word? So friends with benefits.
Yeah, where that come from? Well, because you let me have my way. I'm doing everything I want to do. Why I'm not your man, or why ain't you my man, or why I'm not your woman? Because and friends with benefits is this what it is. We friends, but we do all the things that couples do too. And
but I
misinterpreted though,
so we do everything that couples do, but I don't get the benefit of calling you my man.
Well, I didn't tell you I was your man. I said that we were friends, and then friends with benefits. I didn't say friends with benefits. I just said we were friends, and then now we're starting to have fun. And like I said, if you give it time, you will see. One thing about relationships, I think it's gonna show itself in time. If you just let it simmer and don't try to press it, don't try to rush it, don't make it be something that it's not. Just see where it goes, and then you as a person, as a female, would think, okay, well, this ain't moving fast enough for me, or this is not what I anticipated. Then you have a chance to back out of that thing, and so that man don't be he don't get misinterpreted himself, because we do too sometimes get misled by a nice woman.
Yeah. Well, Uncle Eddie said it's called special ed. Now I want to get him on because I want to know what he meant by that.
What that means, yeah.
But here's the thing. I do feel like this complicates things. Like I'm laughing and stuff, but I see a lot of relationships, where things start to get complicated, and the understanding of what we're doing starts to get muddy, right? So what is this, right? So I'm catching feelings, right? And here's the thing: this benefit thing is really only benefiting one side of the equation, right? You
Well,
getting with
not really though, because
okay.
you in it too. Two of y'all doing it. Ain't one. You
Okay,
didn't
so
make.
what? So give me the benefits of the two. How is the woman benefiting by
Well,
being
because
there
she
for
was
your
in it.
call?
She was in it. Well, you got up. You had breakfast this morning. You got treated like a queen last night. I mean, I made you feel special. I mean, so I mean, I guess I would ask you a question. What determines what makes a man feel like a woman is worthy of this, or that she's that kind of she's even girlfriend material or wife material? What, because we went out and had a couple of drinks or a good time tonight? That don't that's there's got to be more to it than that.
It definitely got to be more to it than that. So why is it? So your question was, what qualifies a woman to be a
Yeah, to
girlfriend?
consider, to make herself, yeah, to make her think that she's
Well, I
more
think
than just a friend.
how you feel
Huh?
around her, how she treats you, right?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
respectable
yeah.
she is, how
Okay,
she lives her
okay.
own life, and how she walks her own life, right?
Right, right.
How she if she has kids, how she cares for her kids, how she cares for her, but more importantly, how she makes you feel
As
when
a man.
she's
That's
in
right.
as a man when
That's right.
she's in your presence.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now I heard everything that you said, but did you hear anything that I said when I said, listen, so what qualifies you? Because you was gonna do those things anyway. You're gonna be that great mom. You're gonna be that great housekeeper, great friend
Mm-hmm.
to your peers, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, what qualifies you to be that woman that I'm looking for? What, because we had fun this evening, because we went to dinner, we laughed, we danced, we had a good time. Do that makes for a relationship, or is that just a start? That's a start though. But I'm
That's
saying,
part of a relationship. But here's my thing. I think whatever's going to qualify her is going to qualify her. Whatever your qualifications is going to qualify her. But are you
mhm,
looking for reasons
mhm,
to be with her, or are you looking for reasons not to be with her, or are you just trying to have a good time? And I think that's what a misinterpretation of love is,
that's
because
yeah,
you saying that you trying to have a good time, but in your behaviors and in your mannerisms and how you ain't acting like you trying to have a good time. If I don't pick up my phone and I don't return my text, you gotta laugh.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you acting like you ready to serve this role as a
Of,
boyfriend or
of the
maybe
guy, a potential, or
yeah,
potential,
protector or
yeah,
whatever, right? But
a
then
potential, a
now,
potential,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
or the fact that if I'm talking to people or if I'm dating other people, you upset, right? Because you feel like you don't want to share me. But then you can go out though and you can go date other people, or you can go because I'm gonna ask you the same question. What qualifies you to
yeah.
what qualifies a man to
Mhm.
be a
Would be
be that mate?
potential, a potential, a potential. Yeah, boy. Okay, so let me say this. I met a girl. I met a
Answer the
girl.
question though. What qualifies
Okay.
a man? I'm
Yeah.
listening.
Okay. So I met a girl.
Mm-hmm.
We had fun, man. I introduced myself. We became friends. We went out. We did things together. We becoming more. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see her every day. I'm bugging her. I'm pursuing her, and I'm showing her that I'm really into you, and I'm talking about we might get a little further. But now you get to first base, and you still, it's even more fun now because we're spending more time together. You're
Mm-hmm.
liking what I'm saying. You're liking what I'm doing. We're enjoying. We laugh. To me,
Mm-hmm.
I think fun is so important in any
It's
relationship, to
this.
have fun and enjoy one another first and foremost.
Yes.
I think you should do that. If you're not doing that, then that's a red flag to me automatically. So
Right.
enjoying each other's company though. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, I ain't talking about the bedroom, daughter. I'm talking about enjoying each other's company. The the
Right.
the
Right.
the, the sitting and
Candlelight,
watching the
lights
movie. Yeah,
by the
yeah,
fireplace, and playing
yeah,
some
yeah.
dominoes.
The movie, the movie. That's right. Just
Yeah,
just going
100%.
for walks. Just going for walks. So your dad is a romantic guy. He kind of know what.
Where he's a romantic. I would agree you're a romantic. Okay. So
Anyway,
you're doing all these things, you're liking her, you talking to her, you're taking her out, y'all having fun or whatever. Okay. So what flips that in a man to say she's the one?
well, because he's enjoying what she's giving him, and he thinks that she seemed to be enjoying what he's giving her. Now we starting to get somewhere now. Now we starting to feel one another. Now listen, here's the most important thing to me. Here's where people start thinking about, okay, well, I did that before with such, 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 and then this is where I got to this point, and then that Negro or that whoever she showed me or he showed me that, yeah, it's fun for this first month or two, but then now there's, you're gonna start getting little signals. Now little things gonna start to show up where that phone call didn't come this morning, or that text message didn't come, or that I didn't show up for that date that I was going, or I'm getting late now, or I'm doing something. I'm showing you in a sense that, okay, that was good then, but now
Mm-hmm.
I done been where I want to go, and so it don't, I mean, it ain't that important no more.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so, and
And
that's,
so when that
that's
started
so,
happening to a woman, right?
yes,
So he
right,
starts to slack off a
showing
little
her,
bit.
yeah,
He ain't calling as much. And he got a little busy. Forgot to
right.
text before he went to sleep. So you saying that's a red flag? What should a woman do? Should she say something about it?
Well, she's supposed to let it be now. Oh, well, I mean, and if he's really interested, that's gonna come. It's gonna come back to where it started at in the first place. If he's truly interested now, but
Mm-hmm.
if he just got where he was trying to go, then he back out. Then that tells you right there. It's better to let it go right there than to try to pursue something that ain't even pursuable. You know what I mean?
But
We
Dad,
make it.
though, but listen, but we had so much fun though. This,
Yes,
and I'm
yes,
speaking on
yes.
behalf of women
That's
or
right.
the women that I've heard. But we had so much fun. I just want to get back to what we had.
Right.
So I hear so many people like, I want to get back to
To
what
that.
we had.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, well, for me, in a session or even with myself, the reality of it is that's what y'all had. That
that's
ain't
what
what
you.
y'all got now. So 9 times out of 10 moving forward, either you finna try to create that or,
Right,
or just
right.
let it go. But so many people are like that first 3 months or that first month or that first week of a relationship was so,
Important. It's
amazing
important.
and so good. And then like this dip comes and she's still stuck on that.
Mm-hmm.
She's not
At first,
getting
yeah,
that first
right,
part of the
right.
relationship. She's not
That's right.
thinking about, he's not calling me today. He's
Right,
not, texting me today. She's
right.
going back to what do I need to do
Yeah.
so he can get back there again, so he can start doing the things he once did before. So why do men make such drastic shifts?
Right. Yeah. So listen. So don't be so quick to judge me though because I didn't call today or because I didn't. Because listen, it could be a career minded man. It could be a man that has, he has a plate. He could be a father. He's taking care of, he got 2 daughters at home. He got 3 kids at home that he's taking care of. So sometime through the day, hey, he
Or,
might drop you a text. Hey,
or could it
this,
be? I'm sorry.
huh?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This evening was a pretty busy evening. I didn't get with you. Rain check me until tomorrow, and then we'll do it again, or for whatever reason. So what I want to say though is, don't be so quick to kick me to the curb because I didn't. My phone call didn't come today like it's been coming every day, or because I didn't text you this morning like I normally do. It's a lot of this thing called life come with a lot of baggage too, sweetie. It's a lot of things that can make us be a little more. And I guess I need to say this too, because usually
Mm-hmm.
when you meet a stranger, you watch this now. That stranger knows somebody, but that's both sides, girl and boy. When
Mm-hmm.
you meet somebody for the first time and y'all introduce you, usually so he might have to even wiggle his way out of another. So he might like you enough to say, you know, what's going on over here ain't really going on. So I'm gonna just try to weed my way out of that thing.
Yeah.
And he has to, and sometimes he have to take time to do that though.
To wiggle his way
So
out. So, because wait, though, Dad, because that was going to be my question from a 1 through 10, percentage
mhm,
wise, right?
mhm. Well, say that.
1 through 10, what is the likelihood? So 10 being he absolutely is dealing with somebody else, and one being he at home with the
Yeah.
kids. When the guy starts to dip like that, right?
Hmm.
Not
Hmm.
calling,
Right.
what's the likelihood that he then picked up interest somewhere else?
it's
And
probably
being,
close. It's
being
probably
picked up.
10 being the most likely. That's what you asked. Is 10 being most likely? More than likely, if it's up there past that 5 mark. He's probably got something going on somewhere. Yeah, more
Yeah.
than likely. Yes, ma'am.
So Miss Karen said either way, communication is key,
Very
right?
much. Who said that? Who said that?
Miss Karen Murphy. So
Okay.
and
So
I
so
agree with
yeah,
her.
that's important. That's important. But listen, red flag's gonna show up. You're gonna know it could be that special evening y'all had planned. Now you know what's a good sign is let it be like maybe a holiday or a special day, and everybody's expecting to be with their significant other. Then you sitting waiting, and your new friend don't show, or your new friend is, it's after midnight now, and he shows up, so he spent time with that real significant other. So I'm talking about you. You have to be mindful of yourself, because if I'm into you, I'm gonna make sure that you get my time. You're gonna know that I'm into you.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing gonna ain't nothing gonna detour that. Now, if I've got a shaky relationship at home, or if I got a girlfriend on the side that I'm wishy-washy with, it ain't gonna I ain't gonna let nothing stop this. That I'm really truly, if I'm into you like I say I am,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you know that. And you're gonna know, because I'm gonna show you
Mm-hmm. So
that
in
I'm
this, so Tamika said it takes two mutual people to do the friends with benefits thing.
right. I agree with that. It takes two. That's
So
right.
then what's the situationship? Is that one party that is agreeing to the relationship and the other party ain't?
Well, you said it takes two, so y'all both agreed to have that fun that you was having. Then, okay, so you enjoyed it. Then, it could have been a dud. It wasn't no fun. It whatever for whatever reason, y'all just felt like, well, that was a mistake.
Mm-hmm. So audience, give me some questions to ask my dad as I'm asking them this, because I think that when we're talking about the misinterpretation of love, so y'all put some questions in there.
Yeah.
Misinterpreted love. I think the scenario that I'm dating a guy, we had an agreement for. I'm dating a guy, we had an agreement, and this is real life for me. We had an
That's right.
agreement.
That's right.
It was just gonna be in a moment. That individual feeling started to grow. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we just in a moment, right?
Right.
Caused issues. I've also been on the other side of the equation.
Equation.
So
That's
we have
right.
an understanding.
That's
Now
right.
my feelings start to grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now there's this clash. At the point when, and I'm with Miss Karen, when we start to communicate, like, hey, you know what? I like you. Like, I know I came in and I said that we was only gonna be cool or whatever, but I
Yeah.
mean, I'm really digging you though. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So why is it at that point? Has the guy already made his decision that you friend zone?
Well, he's made up in his mind that I don't want to go too fast, so I'm content right here though. And so if you pressure me too hard and I ain't ready to go there yet though, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's that's a that's a that's a push me back right there. That'll make me slow down
Mm-hmm. And slow
if
all
I
the
ain't ready to
way,
go.
like,
Yeah, yeah, I pumped in
so Miss
brakes
Tamika
because you're
said
taking me
that.
a little too fast. But you're taking me a little too fast now.
Right. So Miss Tamika said, what are the signs that a man is totally into you?
Well, like my first point was, T, is to know that if I'm truly into you, I'm gonna pursue you with everything. I'm gonna show you those phone calls are coming, those flowers, those little things, and then when I see you, man, you're gonna light up. You just light up you just light up my world. The room is brighter, the lights is shining now, and then
Let's talk about that love though. I don't know if the client, I don't know if the weddings agreement,
well,
maybe.
love. Now listen, lighting up the room don't mean love.
Oh, see how I just did that? I just misinterpreted love. But
Yeah.
listen, for me,
Okay. Yeah.
when I meet a guy and I get that, and I'm not gonna say I get that love, that little love bug getting me, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's like I wake up with energy, like I'm looking forward to the text. It's like an energy exchange
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
here's the thing. So why is so people scared of love? The Bible say God is love and love is
God
God.
is love. Love
Okay.
love is next to godliness. That's right. Love is godliness. That is God is love. So,
Yeah. So
but
why are
listen,
we
but
so
listen.
scared
Okay.
of the word love? Like I just said that word, and you did just like the average man. I ain't say love. I said sparks. Like, okay, sparks,
So,
love. All right, whatever. What I was supposed to say? What was I
but
supposed to say?
yeah, but look what you said though, sweetheart. You said that okay, you get that love bug, but that ain't that I cause you got it, that don't mean I got it. Now you gotta listen, I can't say it enough, man. When you meet somebody that you truly into, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and I've met somebody that I was truly into, man, and I went all out to show them that I dig you with everything in me, and I like how you I like how you look, how you smile, how you smell. I like everything about you. So
Mm-hmm.
when I show you that though,
Mm-hmm.
that shouldn't make you say that man is in love with me though. It just says that you know
He into me.
yeah,
He,
I'm interested in you though.
right. So it's
Yeah.
not that he's not that he loves you. It's just that he's into you.
He likes everything about you.
He's
And then
attracted.
but that's how your love starts to grow though. That little and then every day it becomes a little bit strong. And then now I want
Mm-hmm.
to see you, man. I need to see you. I want to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be with you every day. I want to be in your presence. I want you to, hey, come on, let's go do let's whatever. I mean, just that's how you that's how you gauge whether a guy's really in. Is he really pursuing you in that manner, or is he coming over after midnight? Is he coming over after 10? Then you know is he ain't bugging you until everybody else gone to bed. You already know what time it is, so
But what
don't
if he
play.
say he work all day? He make
Well, if
busy
you work
all
all
day.
day, catch me in the morning. Don't come at after midnight because it ain't happening.
So
That's what a woman.
Miss Tamika said, is there anything wrong with a woman pursuing a man?
No, ma'am, because you got to let a guy know. I think the girl that pursues me the most is the girl that I'm gonna probably fall for because I know she's into me.
Daddy,
Yeah,
Miss Tamika.
yeah.
Is that a question for both of us? Or is that a question just for my daddy? Because I want to talk about this because I like should a woman uh
Yes. Yeah. Let it be
pursue a man?
known. Let it be known that she like a guy. Yes.
Okay, let it be known. Now we're gonna have this conversation the same way we had the conversation about love and sparkly things, right? So you interpret spark me saying love, and you was like, no, I'm into you. Okay, tomato. For me, pursuing a man and letting a man know I'm interested, it's two different things.
Okay. Well, pursuing him. Why? Why you say it like that though?
I mean, I'm gonna let you know I'm interested by responding to your text, by checking in
Yeah.
on you, by
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, good morning," sending you
Yeah.
text like, "Hey, let's." I may even offer, but pursuing a man is is
You in
like
agreement with some things though. You in agreement with him on some things too. Now y'all
yeah, but
kind
I
of on the.
feel like to pursue a man is like, okay,
I
so what
run him
we
down. I run
doing?
him
Do
down
you
because
want to
you
be
run him off.
together?
Yeah. You run
Do
him off. If you run him down, you run him off. That's
Yeah.
what I
So to
mean.
me,
Yeah.
the pursuit of a man is I feel like you definitely gotta let your aroma be known to a man.
Of
Like
course.
I'm
Of course.
available.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean?
All
And let him know that you're present and you are there to respond to him and things like that. But the
right.
pursuit of a man, right,
Mhm.
is like you calling him like, oh, I want to be with you, and like, so what do you think
Yeah.
about that? How you think about this situation? Like you are literally the one who is drilling.
Who doing the pursuing? A
Yeah.
lot of guys afraid of that now. Let me tell you that right now. Tell you that's somebody. A lot of guys don't want to. A lot of guys afraid of a woman that's being the pursuer because, but it's okay for a woman to want what she wants too. If you like a guy well enough, then let it be known. But don't run him down because if you too aggressive, then you probably gonna make him back up and well, what you know what but then she don't want to lose her chance at something good either, I guess. So it's
Mhm.
okay. To me, it's okay. Like I said, I like a woman to let me know that she's into me too.
Right. So, and that's so Miss Karen said there's nothing wrong with the woman, and I agree, making their interest known. However,
Yeah.
most men want to leave. So aggressive pursuance might be a turnoff. And to me, that
That's
whole
all I'm
like
saying. That's all I'm saying. That's
and
what I'm
then
saying.
Tamika said, I mean, some women are a little more aggressive. And there's something, is there something wrong with showing more interest?
No, there's nothing
But
wrong
you
with it.
just
Just
said
know
men
that
you just said men are sometimes turned off because
they're
of
intimidated. But I'm saying, but I mean, showing interest don't mean run him down, though. I mean, how are you showing interest, or how are you pursuing him? Are you, you know, before you get out of bed this morning, you where you at? What you, I mean, you coming? Yeah, I mean, there are some red flags on that too now.
Yes, yes, I agree. So so Tamika, I think that for me, I think that showing interest, being available, like when a
Hmm.
man calls you, I think
Yeah,
uh is a good way to show your interest. So he texts you, you text him back, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
hey, beautiful, hey, with the little emojis and things like that. Like
What
so
do
you're
you got now? Yeah,
showing, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So you're taking this bait and you're kind of showing him interest. And
yeah.
then you could say, hey, it's this movie I want to watch. What you think about that? I think you could do that. You know,
Exactly,
but I think
exactly.
when it gets aggressive, you
Yeah.
know, and okay, so what we doing? And I think that's what happened in misinterpreted love. Like, so we got this understanding that me and you are dating or we're talking or whatever. And then I feel like sometimes the woman becomes aggressive in, so what we doing? We've been doing this for a year and 2 years. Like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
my
yeah.
man now? Or like, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? And
Well,
yeah, at that point, I think it starts to be an issue. 6 months,
well,
3 months, 9 months
yeah.
down the road.
6 months, you ought to know something though. You ought to know something one way or the other. It's time to listen. If you ain't stepped up and showed that you more than just, I'm just more than an interest now, then more than likely you might better just try to pursue another avenue, because more than likely if it's 6 months to a year that went through there and he ain't showed you a sign that, okay, you are that special somebody that I've been looking for. You that somebody that I want to spend more time with, or those breakfast in beds, or those late night movies, whatever. That's those are those. If you ain't did it in, if it ain't showed up in 6 months, it's probably time to let me just well, what you do is you test the water yourself. You back out of that thing and see if he's still
Yeah, he
interested
gonna
enough
come for
to
you. Yeah, come.
pursue you.
So what about the women who wanna? I mean, I'm in a phase of my life. I could talk to you for 6 months and live in the moment for 6 months with you. I ain't looking for no boyfriend, no, you know what I mean? I'm just looking just to, hey, it's this concert going on. You want to go with me? Hey, this thing or whatever. So what about people who are in the middle? Like I'm because I do think that there's a group of women who know, like, I'm looking for a relationship. Like, I'm
No.
not trying to
All
get
right,
married,
all right,
and I
all
just
right.
don't got
All
time
right, all right.
for
This
games,
ain't
right?
just a booty call. This ain't just a booty call. That's
Yeah.
right.
But then I think there's a group of women, Daddy, that's like, I don't mind having fun with you, and I don't mind doing the things that relationship people do, and I understand that we're
Yeah,
just doing this for the moment or just having fun, right?
yeah, yeah.
So how does those behaviors then are interpreted by men?
Well, you asked my
Are
daughter
those
though.
behaviors then?
You asked my daughter though. What did I tell you, babe? I think you at a place right now. I really don't think you was really looking for a relationship per se, or you ain't out there just you ain't trying to just find you a husband. You just enjoying life right now. So I don't
Yeah.
know if it's because you're a career woman, you have some young men you're trying to raise right now, or your schedule won't allow you to be in a long-term relationship right now. That's what I tell you now as my daughter. So
Yes.
now, in saying that, now, and I also tell you that there's a guy that'll come along and make you change your whole mind about that though, and it'll be like you'll be like, "Oh, Dad, I like him.
You watching this show, you better go and
Yeah,
show up. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
but he,
No, because I remember you remember a while ago, I think I was in my 20s and maybe like early 30s, and you was like, oh yeah, you gonna find you one that's gonna sit you down. That's not, I'm like,
yeah, he
yeah,
told you. And
yeah,
you said, no,
yeah,
no, but
no,
then
that
two
ain't gonna
months
happen.
later,
And I found
yeah,
him. And I was
yeah,
like,
2 months, 2 months later, you come like, Dad, you remember you told me? And I'm like, yeah, well, I already knew, because I know guys can be there's a right guy for everybody, daughter. And I think because listen, it's a lot of men, a lot of women out here that don't have a guy, but there is a special guy. Now, some of y'all women have those standards so high
Hmm.
that the right guy might be right under your nose, and you let him get right away because you looking above him or beyond him.
Okay, so what are these standards that daddy dad is so high that
Well,
he's got?
well, you want a 6-figure income for one, and every man ain't making 6 figures. You want him to be, of course, you want him to be single. You don't want him to have a house full of babies that all of his money is going for child support. You want him to be an independent man. You want him to be a man
Mm-hmm.
first and
So is
foremost.
those bad standards?
But those are things, qualities that you should be looking for, though.
Mm-hmm. So what
So
is
so
the extra? What is the extra things? Because I
well,
do feel
well,
like
that's
sometimes
why I
it's
say that's
unrealistic.
so you meet a normal guy he got his own home, his own car. He takes care of his babies because him and the baby mama didn't, and so he's taking care of his babies. And
Mhm.
he's interested in meeting a nice lady to have fun with. And then,
Mhm.
if it grow into something, grow into something.
Yeah,
So
but he
and
can't
then
pay for that.
but you'll look over him though,
Right,
because
but he can't pay for the wedding. I'm talking about he can't pay for the wedding. They got the chandeliers that's hanging down in a nice gown, and he can't take me on that cruise. So
you
he's gonna
don't
be
know you don't know when that time comes. You ain't finna get married today.
I'm
Give
just
him some
saying.
time. Give him some time to work on.
I
If
think the only point I'm making is I think the six figure or a guy who has money uh
Mhm, mhm.
definitely skews the perspective because it changes your experience. You know, like when you
Yeah,
done met a
yeah,
man that got money, and I
yeah.
say this,
You
I
always do.
I say this: if you met a guy that had disposable income, right,
Right. That's
that
right.
for whatever their lifestyle required of them, but they have disposable income, they
Mhm.
really skew like regular normal guys. Like
Yeah.
they skew the experience that you have because they got disposable income. So it's like y'all doing things, they buying you stuff, it's like this, that, and you like, oh my God, this is so good. And then you meet a normal guy and it's
Yeah.
like, well, why don't we go sit at home and eat some popcorn? Like
Okay.
that is just as nice,
Okay.
right?
Okay. I like that though, because
But it's not as it's just
yeah,
as nice. I don't want to take it away.
it ain't exciting. It ain't exciting. But you know what that guy with money does, man?
Mm-hmm.
Because he is at his disposal to be able to, if he, and I share this with you all the time. When the girls go to the ball games, to the NBA, to the game, and they know what they out there. These guys, they can mess off 10,000 and it don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But that girl might think that she's getting something, but all she's getting is something that he's gonna throw away anyway.
Now
So
I
he
did
ain't.
learn that though. So I'm gonna say this. I did learn that. I learned that a guy, and one of my best friends told me this. He said, "Guy, you look at a guy for how much time he gives you, not for how much money he
How much
gives you.
money?
Because
Come
he
on,
only
girl.
has
Now
a
you
limited
talking. Now
amount of time.
you talking. That's it.
He
That's
only
it.
got 24 hours. So how much time is he giving you is going to
Right.
determine his interest in you versus
Not
how
his
much
money.
money.
Not his money. That's right. Because
Sometimes
if
you
he
just want to have a good time.
of
Like
course. I mean, it's fun to be able to take your girl and enjoy her. Now, if it's a concert, a movie, or a dance, or just a weekend um outing on, go to whatever y'all go for a weekend just to enjoy one another. And it's good to be able to do that and have dinner and get up and fix up breakfast and y'all just lay around and enjoy each other for a weekend and splurge in that way. That's fine and good. But like I'm telling you though, that rich guy is that guy that he's splurging more than you. I'm gonna
yeah.
just I
Well,
mean it
Tamika
is
said
what
that
it
she
is.
don't think that I guess money isn't a requirement for the average woman. Money is important, but she
Mhm.
thinks that a mature woman is looking for something deeper than that, and I agree
Give it
with her.
them back. That's right. That's right. That's
So
right.
let's talk about this depth. We got about 12 minutes, so let's talk about the depthness of a man, right? So
The,
so
the, the, the what? The,
deep. She said that a mature woman is looking for something deeper than that, right?
okay.
Than deeper
Okay.
than
The
just
depth of a
his
man.
money.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now Miss Tamika, I'm gonna say it's still nice though, to have the nice.
Yeah.
No,
But don't get that twisted.
so,
Please don't let that be your reason for
but
going
I
to
don't
that
feel
guy.
like it should be your reason for having a guy. And I'm gonna say this: because I do feel like time is important. I know men who have a lot of money that got 3, 4 women, right? That they
Exactly.
seeing, yeah,
Exactly.
that they seeing,
That's
once
right.
a month, the dropping in once a month. They bills and stuff is taken care of, but they don't have the time to really develop the depthness.
No relationship. That's
Yeah,
right.
no relationship, and they only go when they're doing things. So, but let's talk about the depthness of a man, the deepness of a man, right? The
Okay.
conversations now that we start to have, right? Is this a form of intimacy for a man? Like talking about more
Yeah.
than just what you eat and what you watch today.
His
Talking
goals,
about
the things that,
spirituality and goals and futures and all of that stuff.
yeah, your interest. All of that is, see, a real woman gonna listen for that though. She's gonna see if he see a guy, if a guy ain't got your interest at hand along with his. I mean, what are your plans? What do you have? What do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your, what do you expect to be doing in 3 years from now? Are you looking to be married, to have babies, to whatever, but let him show you that he's interested in more than just your bedroom, though, because I'm telling you, man, if that's all he's interested in, and listen, there's some women out there that's all they interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but make sure that you know what you're in for when you're going into that. Don't go in it blindsided, because it's it's a lot of us men out here. That's our goal, though, is to
But do you
he
think that stops
interested
the
in it.
depth? Do you think that stops the deepness? Because most men think, with the smaller part of themselves, right? And so
Yeah,
now
yeah,
they
that's
just
right. Yeah.
want to
That
keep
little bit of head, that little part will lead them into some. And if a woman fall for it,
problems.
especially if she won that. I met a guy last weekend, and me and him spent the weekend, and we had so much fun. Then he thinks that she's a weak woman for that, but she was in awe. She was in total bliss. She enjoyed that guy,
Mm-hmm.
and so she went to the end of the earth with him that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then he might feel like that's a weak, or she just, she was just a gold digger. She was just, but that's not what that meant. Sometimes that's the love of your life right there. That girl that went that far with you,
Mm-hmm.
that could be that could be that one that just, you just,
Yeah. So here's the thing. So as we kind of start to wind down the show today, I think that we wanted to talk about the misinterpretation of love, because there are so many relationships, that are in dis-ease right now or disconnect because of communication. What love
lack,
is.
lack of, that's the key.
Yeah, like what love is. If it's not
Mhm.
what love is, it's more what we're doing and the
Right.
understanding of what we're doing,
That's right.
and being.
All of them.
And I always say like that, like you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, and
Yeah,
so
you should say that all the time too. You should say that. That's good,
if
though.
you're
That is good.
attracting something that's not matching,
Mhm.
you, then
That's
that's
right.
not for us to fix him. It's some
Right.
inner work that needs to be done. So a big part of me having fun at this part of my life, and me using my dad as kind of a sounding board of, okay, how far do I get to that line, daddy, before I done crossed it? Or, how
Right.
much do I back up? Is because I am learning me
That's
and
right.
what I like and what I don't like. Because when I do go into that relationship, I was in a 15-year relationship, with an
Mhm,
individual
mhm,
that I gave
mhm.
so much of my life to,
So much. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much of what
Yeah.
I thought he wanted and what I thought he needed. And at the end of that, and that was a big misinterpretation of love, because I really thought that going into that relationship and trying to show up 100% and being the best that I could be, that I
Right.
was going to be able to extract, what I mean,
Mhm.
that
That's right.
from him. And
That's
it
right.
just didn't work out like that. Now we're great friends now, and we parent well.
Right, man. That's
But
right.
what I
That's right.
realized is that, Sheila, when I sit down and say, Sheila, what do you want? When that
Mhm.
question got posed to me, I couldn't even, I'm like, what is it that I want? I think so many of us that know what we don't want,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we
And
don't
don't know
really
what we
know what
do.
we
Man.
do
Yeah.
want. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want out of a man?
Yeah.
What do you
What's
want to
your
bring to the
expectations?
table
What
in
are
a
your expectations?
relationship?
Yeah. What is
You
your
know what I mean?
expectations? That's
What
right.
is your expectations? What do you have to offer a relationship? And then what do you want him to be able to bring to the table for you? and what
for
are those
you.
non-negotiables, right?
That's
So
good.
that
That's
you
good
can
right
be able to
there.
distinguish,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
difference between love and lust. So what
I
is the difference, Dad?
I think, and the first thing I'm gonna say is I want everybody to know that, listen, please don't bring yesterday into your new endeavors or your new environment. What went on with you and Peter last year or yesterday or last month? Don't bring that with John, because John might be the ideal guy. But if you holding on to what Peter did, then you're gonna be in trouble, because you'll never find somebody, because you ain't even giving yourself a chance, because you harboring some baggage that it must have not meant to be. Even that 15-year relationship and that you gave your everything to, evidently that was something that
Right.
wasn't
Right. That we had to grow through and go through. But
that
I'm
had to
going
go.
to
That's
say
right. That
a
that
woman, a
uh,
woman who's needs to forget about John so she can be with Peter. Is them the names you use? I
I
don't know.
use the names. Yeah, I just use those names. But then I also say this. Listen. So most men that just say you was married before, you was married to a guy, or you spent it was some about that guy that kept you there though. And
Yes,
and here- and
absolutely.
here, but here's the thing. So was it what he did from the beginning, or was it what happened that got you complacent, that felt like you had to stay? So what was it that made it interesting enough for you to put in 15 years or whatever that made you stay or made you marry? See,
Can
usually
I
when you
answer that? Can
marry
I answer that?
somebody though, huh?
Can I answer that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It was the idea. So
Okay, just
for
being
me,
just being
it
in a
was
relationship.
the
Yeah.
idea of what I felt like we could accomplish together. It was the idea of what I felt like we could have had if we could only get together, in the hope
In the
that
hope, yeah. In the hope. That's right.
one
That's
day this
right.
idea would come to pass. One day he will get it. One
Yeah.
day he'll see me.
That's
So
right.
we had enough connections, right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to kind of keep the water
Fight
muddy.
for it. Fight
Yeah,
for it. Yeah.
keep the
Yeah.
water muddy. But
Yeah.
what made me stay so long was the possibility of what we could be.
You
I
think
wasn't.
you
What
thought.
made me
Yeah.
bitter and what
Yeah.
made me hurt is that the fact that I was living every day in what I didn't want. You know,
Okay.
so I held on to the idea of, man, if we
Yeah.
could only
What
do this,
might be?
if we
What
could
might be?
only
That's
learn
right.
how to do this, and if this could only happen, like we would just be. And so for me, when I realized that, girl, you
Yeah.
are more in love with the image of y'all and what y'all
Come
can
on,
be
girl.
than you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
with the
Babe. Yeah. Yeah.
actual
Yeah. Yeah.
substance that
Images.
you guys are today. And I think it started to really just build resentment. You know what I mean? Because now I'm trying to make you be what I
Mm-hmm.
want you to be versus accepting you for the man that God created you to be. And so when I stepped from that relationship, I think it took me 2 years to kind of like not even date or anything. And I
Yeah.
told you this, daddy, and my daddy know. I called him
Well,
and I said, I'ma never say another negative thing about him.
you
If
sure
I
did that.
do,
If you do that,
let me
right?
know. And I think for what, 2 years,
You just let it be. Let it
I,
be him. Let it be
I
him.
was
Let
like,
him
I'm just
be.
gonna accept him for who he is. And that's how we end up developing the relationship we have now, the great co-parenting relationship we have now. But for years, I think I started to get resentful because you're just not like, we don't have what I
Well. Well.
with the
Well.
idea. So that's that, and I think that's why people stay, and vice versa. I think that he wanted me to be the
Yeah.
idea. Like
Yeah.
I was a go-getter and I was always going, and he
Yeah.
wanted me to be at home and at the games. And so we
Yeah.
just had these ideas of each other that
That's
we
right.
can never truly, become,
That's
and it
right.
started to create more dis-ease
Yeah.
than comfort.
Yeah. Listen, I think some, babe. I think and I got a little experience in this thing, and I think what happens is, okay, I was married to a girl. I wish I could have. I wish, in hindsight, I wish I could have stayed and did better as a husband. But we get sidetracked so easily. Men get sidetracked so easily because, listen, a good family, a good woman, and a good man that's enjoying life it don't take but one night for somebody to sidetrack him, to take him away from his whole perspective as a good husband, and he can go out there and get sidetracked, and she can find out, and that'll just destroy everything that he's worked for 15. And if you look around you, sweetheart, every athlete, a movie star, sisters and brothers, they break up because somebody destroyed the foundation. Somebody took away something that was so special that you just feel like if you destroyed that, because I thought that was my everything, and I destroyed that for a one night stand or for somebody that I really didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we do those things, though,
Mm-hmm.
when we do those things, see, there's the one thing that you have is a foundation. Once you build a foundation, you don't ever want to destroy that. And then that trust and that communication that y'all develop, make sure you try to keep those things intact. Because if you lose that, you almost better go on about your business.
Mm. Okay. So we talked about Peter and John. Thank you for that. Well, we talked about Peter and John and how women will hold on, would need to let go of Peter so she can get John. But what
Mhm.
about men who have baggage too? So I want to talk about that next week, right? Men who
Okay.
don't know how to let go of their past hurts,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
men who ain't been in love since they first love broke up with them, and they 19 years old, and here they go 50, 40
59 and
years
still
old
holding on. That
and still holding on to they, but but what they do is project that off on a woman, like, oh, she can't get past, her
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
boy,
That's
her
right. But
old
old
hurts
boy
or
thing.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's
That's
talk
right.
about the hurts of men too. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
You up for that conversation?
All
I
right.
thank you guys for being with us at the What Will My Daddy Say show. You guys can always follow us on YouTube. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel right now at Shaping Solutions. You can comment, like, share this post.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that. And you can always go to the Shaping Solutions page and join my 30-day manifest the life you want challenge. This is a 30 days of affirmations that focus on the love of self, your interactions with others, your focus, and your energy. This is, I'm Sheila, just the child of Big Frank. I thank you for all of your comments and things like that. And remember that self-love is the best love. If you
Yeah.
want to know more about self-love, you can listen to the Elevating Life show yesterday that we did. Go to my YouTube channel and watch that.
Okay. Best
And
love, though. Best love. Self love.
self-love is the best love. And I think that's what Jackie said. You got to love yourself first. So thank you, Tamika, Jackie, Miss Karen, and everybody else who made a comment on the show. Keep commenting. We'll get back to you on that comments, and anything you want to say before we get off that.
Hey, bless you guys. We thank you for listening in. We just and remember, we just opinionated. We are not experts. We just have an opinion, and that's why we offer everybody to ask a question, to make a comment, to let us get some feedback from you also.
Right.
Okay, thanks, babe.
Right. And if you guys have a show topic or some show ideas, make sure you message me at I Am Shaping Solutions. You can DM me and say, hey, I want your dad to talk about this or give a perspective on this. I love you guys. Thank you again. And we'll see you guys next week, next Thursday at 9 p.m.
All right. Good night, babe.